can't you see it? Once we get this piano out of here, this room is going to be great. All the light that's in here. I mean, what I want to do is have a big dining room table. Not really because I'm a dinner party person. I mean, I use my little dining room table in my apartment to work on, but with a big table like this, I could really spread out. You know, finally do that graphic memoir, write that book, really get into some painting, all in this space. I take lessons with Mr. Pomfrey on Wednesdays, every Wednesday at 3:30 after school. I walk to his house with my sheet music. It only takes me not even an hour, and when I get there, usually Mrs. Pomfrey answers the door, and she's really tall and thin, and she wears this really shiny lipstick, and sometimes it kind of drips down in the cracks of her mouth right here, and she keeps this tissue tucked in her sleeve that she'll kind of wipe the corner. And sometimes she hugs me, and I'm reminded of that smell at school when you open the trombone case. Kind of like old spit. Anyways, Mr. Pomfrey waits for me up in the living room, and there he has a huge grand piano. Big, black, shiny. I sit down and I realize that I probably should have practiced more. I mean, I usually just kind of practice at my lesson. But Mr. Pomfrey, he doesn't seem to mind. I mean, sometimes he kind of falls asleep during the lesson, but I don't think it's because he's bored. I mean, I think maybe sometimes he just has a little too much to drink. But he told my mom that I have great musicality. That means that I play with a lot of emotion and feeling. And so sometimes when I'm playing a song that I've already learned, I can tell that he's really listening, and I can see Mrs. Pomfrey's shadow in the doorway. But today, I get to pick out a new piece. Mr. Pomfrey sits at the piano, and he puts this big stack of sheet music on it, and each one on the cover has this big looping signature that says Gordon Pomfrey. His hands hover a moment over the keys, and he has these really thick fingers. I mean, they don't look like piano player hands at all, not like mine. My fingers are long and thin, perfect for playing the piano, but he's really good. And so I listen to him, and I wait to decide which one that I want to play. And I know when he plays a song that gives me this feeling that's kind of it's almost like I want to cry. It's it's so pretty, it makes me feel sad, and I get this big lump in my throat. And that's when I know, that one, I want to learn to play that one. Because I want to learn to play it so well that it'll stroke this spot right here. Yeah, well, it's a Yamaha Baby Grand. Yeah, my mother bought it for me when I was 7, I think. It's brown, walnut, yes. Serial number? Oh, yeah, it's J2501814. 1973. That sounds about right. Yeah. It's been in this house for about 20 years. No, I can't imagine that she had it tuned after moving it here. Yeah, Jenner. A lot of sea air. It does have a little bit of fading, but otherwise, I mean, it looks like it's in really great condition. Oh, really? Oh, Yamahas always sell. Well, that's great. I thought I was going to have to pay someone to get it out of here. It's nice. I like it. It's just that I really wanted it to be black. You know, like shiny black. Like the kind that you see at the symphony. Or even in cartoons, you know, the ones they throw out of the window. Those are shiny black. My mom says that this looks nicer, like I guess with her furniture. She says I'm going to like it better later. I'll thank her. There's one really cool thing though. See this? It's a key. You can lock the keyboard so that when I'm not here, no one can play it. That's pretty cool. My mother didn't like to keep things. I mean, she was kind of a minimalist. Like, she didn't like a lot of clutter in her house. If she wasn't using it, it was out. If I ever happened to leave anything at her house when I went to visit, she would call me, you left that sweater here? And when I would go visit her again, there it would be waiting like right by the door. As if it was all she could do to hold herself back from not like putting it outside of the house. But she moved this piano to like 3 or 4 different houses. And I don't think she ever really played it. Like, I saw her play it a couple times when I was growing up, but I don't know why she held on to it. Well, the last couple years she did say to me a couple times, Julie, I think I should get rid of the piano. No! I can't get rid of the piano. I can't fit this in my apartment. What would I do with it? And then, when we knew she was going to be dying in a couple of months, I realized, I can do with this. Hey, Mom, I think we should get rid of that piano. My sister moved out, and I get to move into her room. This was her room. Mine was that one over there. It's going to be totally different for me in this room. I'm going to keep it clear and open. You know, like that Virginia Slims ad, the fresh-dressed woman? That's going to be me. I'm not going to have my toys and clothes all over the floor like in that other room. This one, everything's going to be put to the side, open space. My mom painted the walls cream, and then she put these big orange rainbow stripes on each wall to match my comforter. And on this billboard here, on this bulletin board, I have 2 things. One is this little article that I found in this newspaper. It says that it took these firemen like 3 or 4 hours to dig a tunnel into this woman's home to get her out because she had so much stuff in there. And right next to it, I have this cartoon that I found in my mom's New Yorker magazine. It's this squiggly line drawing of this woman, kind of haggard with a shovel over a hole. And the caption says, "Mad woman buries her delicate feelings once and for all." Do you get it? Be buried by your feelings or bury your feelings. I have resisted accumulation almost all of my life. Like, I have a tendency towards sentimentality. And the thing is, if I hold on to something for too long, I suddenly can't let go of it. So I try to let things go on a regular basis. Like, I have a paper bag in my closet, and if there's some clothing that I haven't worn in a while, I put it in there. Or if I buy something new, then something has to go into the bag, and the bag goes to the Goodwill. And I don't shop at Goodwill anymore. One time, I was shopping at the Goodwill. I was at Pant Rack, and I saw these really cute pants. Contrast stitching, just like I like, with a little pocket on the side. These are so... Wait a minute. I turned these in last week. What was I thinking? brought them back. That's not going to happen with this piano. I mean, you can't just slip back into a piano like you can a pair of pants. Do you know how long it took for me to learn that Chopin prelude? Have you ever learned a musical instrument? It takes a long time and a lot of unsatisfying time before anything interesting happens. And then if you don't play it for a long time, you just don't go back to it. Like that song was in my hands, and it's just not there anymore. And I know I'm not going to take the time to relearn it as much as I would love to sit down and play that song again. It's just not going to happen. My mother, she used this piano to store her chocolate. So when it rains, like the ants in Jenner are crazy. Like they're aggressive. Like they get into the freezer. I'm not kidding. Like all around the seal, they're dead. Okay, that makes sense. But inside the freezer, they are dead on top of the food in the freezer. Nothing is safe. But my mother discovered that if she put her box of See's chocolate in 2 Ziploc bags and then put it in the middle of the piano, it was an ant-free zone. That's a really big fucking table for chocolate. I don't need that. The movers are coming at 8. Get this sheet music out of here. Oh my God. I can't believe it's still here. This key, after 4 grandchildren, banging away on the keys those years, no one thought to take this key. I mean, it's not like it's a really unique key. I mean, I'm sure Yamaha has a bunch of them. Hey, yeah, come on in. Wow, 2 of you guys are gonna move that piano? I mean, I don't know. My mother said someone got it in here, so I guess you guys are gonna get it out. It only looks immovable, you know? I mean, I always thought you just had to come to it. Anyways, yeah, no, go right ahead. I'll stay out of your way. Do you mind if I watch, though? Great. Wow. They just take off one leg and the whole thing just tips over onto some wheels. Yeah, that doorway was a little tight, but once they got it out of there, down that stairs in the pouring rain to that truck parked by the flooding river. Shit. That took all of 20 minutes. Wow. This room. Why does it look smaller now?